What would you say to someone who is asking you for advice on how to support a family member or a friend who was really struggling or inside of some big emotional challenge?
I think the tendency is to want to help. I think the tendency is to want to fix, save, heal, help, take away the pain, put it back together, do whatever we can to make that person okay. I know that was always my initial instinct. I just wanted to vacuum away that person's pain. I wanted to make it better. I wanted to fix it. And my initial response or my initial reaction would be, whether I consciously knew this or not, my initial reaction would be, oh, I feel so sorry for this person. And the moment we move into that energy of, oh, I feel so sorry for this person, we see that person as broken or not whole, or there's something that needs to be fixed or mended or healed within that person. And being on the receiving end of that energy is really disempowering. It's really disempowering, whether, again, the person on the receiving end of it knows that or not. It's like a very disempowering stance. I think the key is to hold someone whole, capable, resourceful, and creative. And that's a coaching stance that coaches embody, is this ability to see someone whole, like they are not broken. There is nothing about them that needs to be fixed or saved or healed or put back together. They are whole. They have inner resourcing power to put themselves back together, to move through whatever hardships they're moving through, to process any pain or grief or emotions that they might be feeling. There's nothing wrong with these emotions, even. Like the moment we take that disempowering stance of, oh, I feel sorry for you, we're actually making something wrong with the emotions that they're experiencing. And there's nothing wrong with it. They're incredibly human. Every single human emotion we feel is like very human. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing innately wrong with them. We make them wrong because we think they're hard to feel or we think they're hard to process. I think the greatest way we can support another human is to be with them in all of their pain and all of their sadness and all of the grief and all of whatever they're sitting inside of, and not try to fix them, not see them as broken, but to see them as whole. Yeah.
I love that. And as you were speaking about holding them whole, capable, creative, resourceful, I started to think about also the other end of the spectrum that sometimes people go to when someone in front of them is hurting. They don't necessarily see them as broken, or maybe it's fixing in a different way, not the, oh, I feel so bad for you, but on the other end of the spectrum of, it's going to be fine.
You got this.
Here's the look on the bright side.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time with these feelings.
Yeah.
Come on, chop, chop. I see the bigger picture. Like, let's be happy. Let's get over it, you know? And I'm thinking about, how would you describe that balance of truly being present with someone and honoring and accepting exactly where they are without going to the side of, oh, I feel so sorry for you. I'm here for you. I'm going to, whatever that is. Or the other side of, come on, let it go. Be happy. You're going to do great. Don't worry about this. What does it look like to just be present with someone?
I think the only way we can be present with someone and be okay with whatever emotions they're presenting, it's our ability to be okay with our own emotions. If we are uncomfortable inside of our own big, painful emotions, that makes it particularly challenging to sit with someone else and to be with another human inside of their pain, inside of their sad emotions, because it's hard for us to sit with. And so there can be perhaps a tendency to emotionally bypass. Like if we are emotional bypassers, it's likely we're going to be doing that with other people. And so I think that it comes down to our ability to be with ourselves, our ability to sit with ourselves and our emotions, that serves as a foundation to hold space for another human in their pain. I think that's like the most important thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that I know in the past for myself, and I see it in so many people around me. I've often related to painful situations or really painful emotions. I've often related to them as things just to get through, or perhaps a sign I'm doing something wrong. Like if I'm this unhappy right now, I must be living the wrong way. I must have like the wrong perspective about something. And I'd like to get through them as quickly as possible. I want to problem solve my emotions. And I think the more I anchor into curiosity and a little bit of tolerance, like you said, for them existing, practicing sitting with my own emotions, other people's emotions, realizing it's okay. Nothing bad happens if I feel sad for a while. Nothing bad happens if I allow myself to be in contact with my anger. I don't think it's great if we give ourselves this, license to lash out at people. That's not what I mean. But does anything bad really happen if we allow ourselves to be angry for a while? The more I do that and play with that, I realize, no, nothing bad happens if I'm feeling uncomfortable feelings. And in fact, the more I can allow those to just exist inside me or allow them to exist in whoever I'm talking to, the more I realize those emotions have messages. And if you're trying to get through them too quickly, you can miss the wisdom, miss the messages in them. So if you can figure out a way to be brave and dip your toes in and almost allow whatever challenge or painful emotions to be there, soak in it, I think there is more of a chance of real growth and wisdom on the other side.
This reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by Robert Frost, which is, "The best way out is always through." Whenever I think about that quote, I think about emotions. The best way out of an emotion is not to suppress it, not to pretend it's not there, not to get by it as quickly as possible or walk around it or over it or under it. The best way out is always through it, is to move through it, to allow yourself to feel it, to do what our bodies were designed to do, which is to feel emotions. I look at children and young children, toddlers. They will have an emotional uprising inside of their bodies, and then they will have a tantrum, an outburst. They will scream, they will cry, they will kick, they will do whatever they need to do to move through the emotion and then come out and then move through that wave and then come out the other side. And they're beautiful teachers to show us how to properly move through emotions. It's when we get older that we learn to suppress emotions. Oh, I don't like feeling this emotion. I'm going to find various ways to move around this emotion. But the best way out is always through. And that's true for us. And it's true for someone else in pain.
Yeah.
And so to be a witness to or to hold space for someone who is going through something painful without trying to speed up their process so they feel better, so they make me feel better, what a gift that is.
Yeah.
What a gift to hold space for someone and not try to fix them, not try to change them, not see them as broken or not see their pain as a burden or something that needs to be moved through or gotten through quickly. That is profoundly healing for another human. Another really great question to ask someone who's in pain, and if you don't know how to support them, is to ask them, how can I support you right now? How can I be with you right now? They'll tell you.
Yeah.
I need you to listen to me. I need to vent all these emotions out. I just need you to sit beside me. I need you to not say anything while I cry here. I need you to give me a hug. Like, they'll tell you what you need. We don't need to be the fixers. We don't need to know exactly how to support that incredibly unique human that is in front of you.
So for those who think this sounds lovely, this resonates, I'm on board, what are a few other examples that come to mind for you of what kind of things can you say or do that honor this energy that we're describing of not fixing?
Listen. Just like zip it. Listen. There might be a tendency to listen to what someone is saying. And in fact, what we're doing in that moment is we're filtering through our past experiences of when have I ever felt this way? Or when someone I know, has someone I know never experienced something like this? And we're conditioned to draw on those experiences, and those experiences create a lens on how we're listening to another human being. And so paying attention to that process, because that's where we can quickly jump to giving advice or telling a story about something you've been through or something a friend has been through and how they fixed it. That's when we get into fix it and offering solutions. Try to resist that urge and just even notice that that urge is even coming up inside of you, and get really quiet with them and listen, like truly listen to this unique human in front of you with unique lived experiences. Even if something feels really similar to how you've experienced something, they're different than you. And so silence is golden, as they say, asking powerful questions. So questions like the question I offered earlier on, how can I support you right now? That's a beautiful, powerful question. Questions like, what do you feel right now? I guess it depends on the circumstances of the situation. Any other powerful questions coming to you?
What feels like the heart of your challenge right now? What feels like it's in your way? What's between you and where you want to be? Or what's between you and how you want to feel? What else do you feel like saying right now? What else do you want to express?
Yeah.
What's on your heart that hasn't been said yet?
Yeah. So just asking all sorts of beautiful open-ended questions that help them to really honor whatever emotion they're inside of.
Yeah.
So that they can move through it to the other side.
Yeah.
So there's powerful questions. First, there's silence.
Yeah.
There's powerful questions, really helping them to invite in the emotions they're feeling. You're a safe space for them to feel it with. And then there's also reflecting and really validating what they're saying. I'm hearing you feel really hurt right now, or I'm hearing that you feel really angry. How do you want to honor that anger in this moment? Or how do you want to express that anger in this moment? Or what would help you process this anger in this moment?
Yeah.
So offering reflections that tell the person, I see you, I hear you, I'm not running away, I'm with you. That is so healing.
Yeah.
That is so honoring of another human real journey.
I think one theme that you're circling around is that sometimes it feels like when someone's struggling and we have the urge to help them or be of service and we have good intentions, it feels like the problem might seem so complex or the emotions so intense that it seems like the solution must be figured out and it must be intelligent and wise and the perfect solution. But in reality, the things that actually support another human are so simple. And I think people would be wildly surprised how powerful the simplest things are. Like you said, just listening, just silence, and giving someone space to vent a few very simple questions. Those really, really simple things, I think, go such a long way.